purpose-driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness, I'm on my grind. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny.
All right.
Every morning I rise.
Good evening. Hello, my sisters, and welcome back to Sisters Haven Podcast, the podcast where we celebrate strength, resilience, and brilliance of women from all walks of life. I am your host, Cassandra Person, and today's episode is one that will leave you feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to face whatever life throws your way. Today, we introduce a truly inspiring woman, not just a woman, but my friend, who has worn many hats: mother, daughter, sister, and faced her share of life challenges. Through unwavering determination, she turned adversity into strength, climbing the ranks to become chief of security in a male-dominated field. Her story is one of resilience, perseverance, and breaking through barriers. Let's dive into her incredible story. And truly, I welcome you, Miss Bridget. May I call you Bridget?
Of course.
Miss Bridget Harris Jenkins, but I'm going to call you Bridget for the podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm excited to have you. And wow, we go back how many years?
About 22.
22 years. I think it was, well, I know in 2003, there was the pilot program at the cognitive community where I actually met you. And it's amazing because meeting you, you will never forget you. You have such a way about you. And even back then, I could see success all over you. Success all over you. You knew how to conduct yourself. You knew the right language to be able to speak. And I tell you, here it is years later, and you're now where you started as an officer right there along with me, and you're now the major, the chief ranking security officer at your facility. So tell me, I know you didn't wake up one night and boom, there it was. So tell me about your journey.
Well, let's just be honest. I didn't grow up saying I wanted to work in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know anybody as a child that says, when I grow up, I want to work in a prison. I'm going to, that's not my dream job. I needed a job. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a laborer. I don't like hard work. I do not have any laborer in me. I don't like hard work. And not to say that what I'm doing isn't hard work, but I can communicate and work with people all day. I love people.
Yes.
And I invest in people. And that's something I'm very passionate about, and that's something I can do well. Hard work wasn't for me, not doing labor. So I needed a job. I put in an application. It was during my first marriage. I was going through a divorce. And I'm going to tell you, I started at Southampton Correctional Center. That's where we worked at back in the day.
Yes.
And it wasn't easy. it was not easy. It was when corrections were corrections and convicts were convicts. It's totally different now.
Yes.
And I remember my first day, I was like, oh, I can't do this. This is not for me. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And I went home, and as you know, I made up in my mind, this wasn't for me. But I had my children. Mm-hmm. And I never forget, I went to cook dinner, and I opened the cabinet, and the cabinet was kind of empty. Mm-hmm. I looked at those hungry children of mine. I looked back at the cabinet. I looked back at those hungry children, and I said, oh my, I'm gonna have to go back in there and do this again. And it turned out it was a job for me.
Well,
It was a career for me.
actually, I'm laughing because I remember laddering, doing a transfer into Southampton. And I said, had they given me a tour, I would not be working here. And it was simply because it wasn't the environment. It was an older prison. We have to admit that. So the environment was not for me. When I decided to come on with DLC, I saw someone shop at the front entry. I mean, shoes shining, glycerin, uniform shop and crease, hair, everything. And so I was like, ooh, that looked like a nice job. I'm going to stay clean and neat. That's what I was looking at. Well, honey, it was some rough days.
It was.
It was some rough days. Walking those pods and working in non-AC units, it was some rough days. But we made it. So, okay, you started out there, then you came over to the Women's Center, which now you're working with female offenders, which is amazing because you started doing it early in your career.
Mm-hmm.
I had spent about 3-4 years with males prior to coming to the women's facility. So tell me about your experience there, especially seeing that we were the pilot cognitive program.
Well, I'm going to be honest. The cognitive program, I think it prepared me for where I am today.
Yes. Yeah.
Leaving the male facility and going to the women's facility. And it was a work center. And it had the cognitive community. And I don't know if you recall, they sent us to this TC training.
Yes.
And training, it like really made you get in touch with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just about the offenders. It had you evaluate your own self.
Yes.
And it made me more compassionate. At first I was just about, enforcing the rule, enforcing the rule, enforcing the rule.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about investing in the person.
Right. Yes.
It wasn't about investing in the person. It was just about enforcing the rule. But when I went over there, sitting in there and in their meetings,
mm-hmm.
I got to listen to the young ladies talk.
Yes.
And I never forget, they were having a meeting and they were telling their stories. And one of the ladies stated that she had been sexually molested
mm-hmm.
by a family member. And it was a young Black female. And I was just stunned because I'm not going to say I lived a sheltered life, but my mom was married to my dad, my aunt married to my uncle, my grandparents married. So I hadn't been around a lot of people that had, grew up with different people in their household.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said it, it stunned me because I didn't know that anything like that happened to young Black women.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. And when she opened up, others
yes.
opened up.
Yes.
And it was like it was a lot of them.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just realizing what so many young women went through. It was unbelievable. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it made me realize how fortunate I was. But it also made me realize that I need to tell the story to people, to tell them that's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not normal. And, a lot of people say that thing about what don't kill you or make you stronger. I really dislike that saying. Yeah. I dislike it a lot. What don't kill you will hurt you.
Yes. It will wound you.
It will wound you. It will cripple you.
Yes. Yes.
And it's a lot of women that are not okay. And what I want women to realize is it's okay not to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as women, we face where we think we have to be this strong, strong person.
Yes.
No, you don't have to be this strong person. We are allowed to be hurt. We're allowed to feel pain. We're allowed to go through things. And working there made me realize it's a lot of people with a lot of issues. I am truly blessed, but I have also went through certain things in life and marriage and just as a woman.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
You know, I chuckled earlier, and it wasn't at the fact I was not chuckling because of what they endured. It was your experience because I had the same experience. And sitting in amongst them while they were programming, when one would start and then the other one start, and sometimes a woman would get up and run to her bed area. She's hollering and screaming, and no one is allowed to go and comfort her. You know, many times I had to fight back the tears because I had a supervisor stand over me saying, "You better not cry, you better not cry." Because we understand that back then, the cognitive community wasn't so widely accepted. Our practices, the way it was carried out, the way it was developed, what it was bringing out of the offender. And so it became a place of healing. It became a place of restoring. But I'm so glad that you also understood that, hey, it's okay. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to not have it all together. And a lot of times we've been reared that way, so we don't know any other way to be. You know, sometimes growing up in households, if you were the oldest, especially the oldest girl, you were depended upon. And you were given duties and responsibilities that really a child shouldn't have. You know, and some of us weren't allowed to be children. We were always what? Caretakers. So I'm glad that you got that, that you experienced that and were able to be prepared for where you are now. I have to readily say to you, because of that training, because of that program, is why we have Sisters Haven today. Because when you were experiencing it from your perspective, I was dealing with a lot of anger and resentment. And so when I'm assigning thinking reports and I'm processing them with me, but guess what? I'm doing a thinking report myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm processing a thinking report myself. And people didn't understand why I liked it, but it was working for me. And I do know that cognitive program, that community environment, it can work and it can produce positive results if we work the program according to how it was designed.
You know, the thing that you said that just really piqued my interest when you said you were angry.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's a stereotype that people say. And that's one of the things I've had to deal with my whole career.
Wow.
My whole career. I was known as the angry black woman. That syndrome, the angry black lady, because you're moving your head. Guess what? Yes, I'm moving my head. Guess what? I'm angry.
Yes.
And it's okay to be angry.
Yes, it is.
It's okay to speak your mind. It's okay to stand up for yourself.
Yes.
If you remember that movie, Color Purple, Oprah said, all my life, I had to fight.
On here, man. Just share that last
Yes. It's okay to fight for you. It's okay to be an advocate for yourself. As a woman, we have to fight for ourselves. It's okay to fight for yourself. It's okay to stand up for yourself. You have to be your own voice. Don't ever let anybody be so loud and overbearing to you that you can't hear your own voice. Your own voice is the most important thing that you have. It's your voice. Your voice is authentic. It's you. It's how you feel. We teach people how to treat us.
Yes.
And if you don't speak up for yourself, if you don't have a voice for yourself, people will walk over you. That's just a fact. So it's okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to have a voice.
You I got memories, right, going through my mind when you say that, because I know you can recall those little brief meetings or muster and some saying. It is person.
Yes.
Person one. Hey, I got a question about that. Excuse me. So you think that's according to the policy or whatever? And how we would go down to the salad board and just laugh. You would say, Miss Person, you sure enough said that, Miss Person. I'm like,
But you know what? And I admired you for it.
Oh, yeah.
And even like today, in the department, we say, model the way, inspire, shared vision. It says challenge the process.
Yes,
and when you challenge the process, it's not that you're going against the policy.
That's right.
You're saying what we can do to make it better. What you're asking for clarification and for understanding. And that was something I learned from you, and I appreciate you for that. Because you taught me not to always, because you were FTO, remember? You was a field training officer. And you taught me you're not always to just, because somebody tell you something,
That's right.
you just go along with it. Yeah. And today, that's one of the tools that I have in my toolbox that helps me, because we're working with younger people.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, they're a different generation
Most
than we
definitely.
are. And supervising them is different.
It's different. But isn't it time for a change?
Oh, most definitely.
I mean, come on here. It's time. It's past time for a change. It is a different generation that's demanding new methods, that's demanding a change.
And that's the thing. They like you. They ask why.
They want to know.
And, sometimes I had to tell some of my supervisors that, they said in their old ways, they don't like when the young people ask them, when you tell them to do something, and they go, well, why I got to do this? And they're used to, back in the day, the captain or the lieutenant tell you do something, you just do it. But it's not that way anymore. They asking why. And it's not that they're asking because they're being disrespectful. Right. They're asking because they want to know why. They want to understand. They're eager to learn.
And I don't know for you, but if I can understand it, I can deal with it better.
Most definitely.
And some of the stuff, I mean, come on, let's look back on it. Some of the stuff we were required to do wasn't always according to policy.
Oh, of course not.
But if you didn't know policy, then you were making your little way down there to go do it. And in fact, I had a supervisor tell me at the Women's Center, you know what? You can tell when you about to face some trouble because you'll come in here early and go and look at policy. And I learned from that statement. Don't learn policy after you've done what you did, or you're facing some type of correction. Learn policy prior to, because your knowledge will empower you, but it also will cause people to respect you. Because why? They know they can't just tell you to go up there on the roof and stay there till we come back tomorrow.
That's right, because you know for yourself and you know better.
So I'm glad that you have an opportunity to have your hands and your influence as far as dealing with young staff. I have such a passion concerning the younger staff because, number one, the older staff seems to dismiss them prior to them even getting to that level of becoming more knowledgeable about corrections. We don't come in the door knowing. So you have to learn it and you have to grow into it and develop. But we sometimes don't want to give them that right opportunity because they ask questions and because they can come up with a suggestion where you're doing it the long way. Their mind is thinking, look, we don't have to go all the way for that. We can just do it this. And we sometimes resent that as though, who are you to tell me you just got here? Hey, the old needs to work with the young. The older needs to work with the young. The seasoned needs to work with the unseasoned. Why? It's a perfect combination. You, as the senior, may know what to do, but guess what? You don't have the energy you used to have.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, come on here, somebody. They're going to get there first. But
Yes.
you need to be able to what? Work along with them to give them the wisdom of what to do when they get there. So both need each other. And yet sometimes you find them at odds against one another.
Yeah, well, that's the good part. The good part about being in my position. I tell people, a lot of people said, I know you have a hard job. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I do not have a hard job. I do not have a hard job. I do not work hard. My job actually is to be a resource for those that I supervise.
Yes.
That is my job, is to grow staff and to help staff be what it is that they want to be. I'm a resource.
Yes.
And I wish that all of my senior staff felt that way.
I am so proud of you and your journey.
Thank
You know, it goes to show that we can't count people out.
No, you better count me in
Come
every
on now,
day.
we can't do it.
You better count me in.
We don't know who we're working next to. You don't know when you will cross that bridge again, who it is you may need. I mean, we didn't know it, but I mean, there was a small little inkling of success. Like I said, it was there. The potential is what I'm talking about. It was in you. And I do believe in your journey, you know, as you went up through the ranks, it gave you the experience. You came in polished. I don't know where you got it from. I wish you'd have left something, directed me where to go to get it. But you came in polished, ready for success. And that makes a difference. I know for me, coming in, I just wanted a career where I could stay clean, make my money, and go to the house. Very structured person. However, I was forced to work in what? An unstructured environment.
Yes.
And so it made it challenging for me, but I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for my journey. The Department of Corrections has taught me so much and helped me in so many ways. And I do believe it did with you also.
Well, I kind of envy you, whether you know it or not, because you stayed in Virginia and you were able to retire and come back. I left Virginia.
Oh, wow.
I left. I got discouraged. I got tired. But what God has for me is for me.
Yes.
And I ended up coming to North Carolina Department of Public Safety.
Did you?
I did. And I came over and I worked my way all the way to lieutenant. And I became the facility investigator. I became a member of the regional intel team. Became a gang investigator. I became a certified locksmith, general instructor. Went to the sheriff department, did deputy sheriff in Edgecombe County. But that was the journey that I had to take to get where it was that I was going. And so sometimes the path isn't always straight. It's not always straight. And I thank God for just every journey, for all my training, for everything that I got. I really do. Because it made me who I am.
Okay. Now help me out with this. You're on the Carolina side. So you come back to Virginia. What position did you come back to Virginia in?
But you're going to find this hard to believe. That's why I said anything is possible.
Okay.
I came back to the state of Virginia in 2019. This is 2025. In 2019, I finished the academy January 2019 as a one-stripe officer. While still a probationary employee, I made sergeant. That was 2019. Let's move to 2020. 1 year later, I made lieutenant.
Wow.
And I enjoyed being lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed what I was doing. I was the administrative lieutenant. I was working with trainees. And
Okay.
I've always liked growing people and helping people.
Yes.
But then I decided I wanted to take my career further. So I came back to Sussex, and I love Sussex State Prison. Oh my God. Sussex was my home. I love Sussex. Sussex, I'm gonna tell you, Sussex was my home. God knows it was. Yes. And at the time when I came to Sussex, our warden was Beth Cowell.
Mm-hmm.
and she really inspired me.
Yes.
I learned a lot from her. I told her what my goals were. She said, read these books. I want you to read these books off the director's list. And believe it or not, I found myself loving My Iceberg is Melting.
Okay, all right.
This is not how we do it here. Those books really, they're self-help books, but they were not only for work, they were for me as a person.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it. So I decided I wanted to put in for captain.
Okay.
And I put in for captain, and I got it. And I went to Nottoway. When I went to Nottoway, they made me the chief of security over the work center. And I did that. And then I put in for major. And the thing about being determined and working hard, I interviewed for sergeant one time.
Yes.
I interviewed for lieutenant one time.
Yes.
I interviewed for captain one time. I interviewed for major one time. And I got it every single time.
Yes.
And with this major position, it was 2 days of interviews. So many people interviewed.
Yes.
And because of what we were doing, because it was the first Virginia model prison,
Yes.
it was very unique. And they had to have the right person
Yes.
and the right fit. And that was me. I was the piece to that puzzle.
Yes.
I was.
So you see how it all worked together. It all worked together for your good. Do you recall, actually both of us going up for sergeant back in the day?
Oh, and I didn't
And how
get it.
we had discussions about, we didn't get a second interview and look who they selected. And
Exactly. And you know what?
But I have to tell you, we weren't ready.
You don't think so?
No. I believe that your journey prepared you, because where you were looking at getting started in your promotions, he had another plan. And that's why my favorite passage of scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. He knows the plan. All the
That he
the
has for
months
you, yes.
of
Yeah.
traveling. 2 kids with the department. I'm pregnant both times, traveling up to the academy, taking classes, taking courses. All of that was in preparation to move to the training department. It didn't happen till years later, but that's where the promotions came. And look at now, how it's prepared me even for now. No, sometimes we think we're ready, but he knows. He knows. And we just have to trust the process.
We do.
Just trust the process.
We do. And
You're more seasoned now. You have more wisdom now. And you're able to lead and model the way to gain the respect of your peers. So also too, we can't ignore some of the things we suffered was to prepare us on our journey so that when we do get there, we don't repeat that same behavior.
Yes.
We don't abuse our authority and cause people to suffer needlessly. It's already sometimes can be a stressful job because you're dealing with so many personalities. However, we don't have to add to that. And one of the greatest things you can do is create a positive work environment.
It is.
Where people will love coming to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now.
So I want you to speak to the women and just encourage them, just inspire them that, they can dream and achieve just as well.
Oh, you can do anything that you want to do. Anything that you set your mind to. I'm going to be honest with you. People always talk about being selfish. I'm telling you, be selfish. Love yourself. You can't take care of anyone. You can't be a good mother. You can't be a good daughter. You can't be a good sister. You can't be a good wife. You can't be a good employee. You can't be a good anything unless you take care of yourself. Yes. You have to put yourself first. Spiritually, mentally, you have to have good mental health. It is so many things that you have to do for yourself to be successful. You have to take care of yourself first. That's one of the most important things that you can do. When you put yourself first and take care of yourself, it gives you the strength to do everything else that it is that you need to do. I know that anyone can do exactly what I done. When I was working in the department, we said I was going through a divorce. I came in. I had 3 children. One of my children is a special needs child. He's 23 years old now, autistic, nonverbal, functions at the level of a 3-year-old. But I did all that, and I still came to work. I still did everything that I had to do to get where it was that I needed to go. But I never lost faith. I worked hard. I studied the policy, and I never apologized for being me.
Wow.
I never apologized for being me. That's something I would never do because I am who I am. And when you was talking about your favorite scripture, mine is to whom much is given, much is required. So I went through what I went through to get my journey is what got me where I am.
Yes. And I'm so glad you didn't quit.
Oh,
I'm so glad you didn't quit along the way.
never.
You stayed the course.
I stayed the course.
Most definitely. And now you're having a positive impact on those around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Men and women.
Men and women. Okay.
Men
All
and
right.
women.
All right. Go ahead and start that podcast, man.
No, I'm not gonna start a podcast. But what I'm saying is,
No.
I believe
serious.
in making better women and better men.
Yes.
If we're not helping people, then what are we doing?
Yes, I agree with you totally.
If we're not uplifting others, helping sisters, and I'm just gonna be honest, that's why I felt so blessed to come to Sisters Haven, because I can honestly say, even in a career that's dominated by men, it was always women
Yes.
that tried to hold me back.
Yes.
It was always women.
You are.
And we as women hurt each other.
Oh,
Women can be so mean and so cruel,
You kind of
but we have to help each other.
You kind of diving into a future podcast, and it is about why are we our worst enemies? Why are we? What do you see when you see me that would make you want to hinder me, hold me back,
Yes.
and prevent me from being successful? So yeah.
Well, I love that.
That's
That's what I'm saying. I love what you're doing. I love that you're uplifting women.
Yeah.
It is long overdue, and we need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
And I'm just grateful because, I had promised the Lord, and if you just get me to retirement, I'll give myself over to this. There was a ministry that I was heavily involved with, partnering with Sister to Sister years ago. You might recall it, Sister to Sister. And, it consisted of us going around. We started evangelizing, knocking on doors in this particular neighborhood, not far from the church. And what we found was most of the time was women home, and they were going through. So we would ask them, can we come in, pray with you? Can we hold a meeting at your house? And we started going mobile. And we used to hold meetings at Sheets gas station in Roanoke Rapids. We've been all the way to Henderson. A lot took place during that time. But what we found out is that we're going in and we're meeting with these women, and they're getting healed, they're getting restored, but we had nowhere to put them. We had nowhere for them we had no housing for them if they wanted to come out of that abusive relationship, And so with that, this is like the next phase of it. I did lose my partner in ministry. She transitioned from cancer some years ago. And it was hard, girlfriend. It was hard to pick this back up and say, hey, but when God gives you a vision, you have to go forward. And as much as I wanted to lay it down and put it on the shelf, Not so. Because sometimes the vision that he has for you is what he wants to see in the earth. Is what he wants to see. And we're just the human being that he wants to what? Bring it through. And so with that, it's been some hard battles, man. Most definitely. I don't think it's much that a woman can say she's been through that I haven't experienced. Might not have been in that same form, it might not have been the same method, but same thing. But I know him to be a healer. I know him to be a restorer. In fact, I know him to become the joy of your life, the center of your world.
Yes.
And that's why we sit here today. We all about creating that safe place for women to come in and be strengthened, restored, and fulfill their destiny, their purpose in life. So I thank you. I do believe you encourage somebody today
I pray so.
about your journey.
But I will give you one thing too, what you said about your purpose.
Yes.
And see, that's the thing. Rick Warren's book, A Purpose. I read that book 3 times. And I did a journal 3 times.
Yes.
And the thing I love most when the first chapter, it says it's not about, they ask you, as a kid, what you want to be when you grow up. But it's not about what you want to be. It's what God has for you and what God wants you to be. And I believe God has a purpose for me, and I know He has a purpose for you.
See, I've been behaving myself,
and
you can make me cut up. But I know, without a shadow of a doubt, you're supposed to be where you are.
Thank you, and you are.
And He's going to require even more of you. More of you.
Thank you.
Since you already know, I don't have to tell you. Much given.
Much is definitely required. Much is
require way more. Aren't you glad it doesn't require it all in one day?
Yes, ma'am.
He wants
yes,
a
ma'am.
perpetual yes. Yes, you run it
But
off for 2 years. Come on, I need a new one for this next level.
Yes.
And then I need another one for this next level. Yes, ma'am.
But He takes me there. God knows He takes me there.
He works in us the will, the desire. We're going to get out of here, you all, but I'm just enjoying my sister. He works in us the will and the desire to do His good pleasure.
Yeah. But ladies, stay encouraged.
To that place.
Stay encouraged.
Yes.
Work hard. Don't ever give up.
Yes.
Ever. And again, like I said, I was known as the angry black sister. But be an advocate for yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. And it's okay not to be okay.
I hope you all have enjoyed her. We're going to bring her back for that future podcast when we are putting together this panel of women to discuss why are we our worst enemies. Sister to sister, we have to do better. So you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to next week. Next week, I am excited about our up and coming guest. Stay tuned in.